is classical mechanics problem which is asked in CSIR UGC NET June 2011. So this problem says that when consider a particle of charge E and mass m which is applied to electric, so we apply electric and magnetic field, then the Lagrangian for that system is given by L is equal to half mv vector square plus Ea vector dot v minus E phi, where A vector is a vector potential and phi is the scalar potential corresponding to magnetic and electric field. So now we have to choose the correct one. So there are four options given. Let us calculate which is the correct one for this problem. So the first one is, so let us solve this problem. Solution. The first one is, so we have to calculate, given a Lagrangian, so we have to calculate the canonically conjugate momentum, partial L by partial V, where here the generalized velocity is V vector. So therefore partial L by partial V vector gives you the canonically conjugate momentum, which is given by, when I take the partial derivative of this Lagrangian, okay, so this becomes mv vector plus E times A vector. So notice that the canonically conjugate momentum is not simply m into v vector. So this m into v vector is called mechanical momentum, and this is the canonically conjugate momentum. They are they are not equal, so there is an additional piece, that is E into A vector, that is vector potential. So that this means the first option is not correct. So this is the first option is incorrect. Canonically conjugate momentum is not simply P is equal to mv, so there is an additional piece. So the second one is, let us Lagrangian is given to you, so we have to now calculate the Hamiltonian for this system. So we have to use Legendre transformation. So the Legendre transformation is, so H is equal to so P vector dot V vector minus L. So from this we have to calculate V vector, because Hamiltonian is a function of generalized coordinate and the momentum. So therefore P vector minus E A vector divided by m. So this implies, this can be written as P vector minus Ea vector by m dot product with P vector itself. So there is a P vector here, so minus L, so L is 1 by 2 m, so P vector minus Ea vector by m, the whole square, therefore I'll put square here, and m square, and we have plus E times A vector dot P vector minus Ea vector by m minus E phi. Okay, so one m gets cancelled, so this can be written as P vector dot P vector minus Ea divided by m minus, if you multiply minus sign inside, so 1 by 2 m P vector minus Ea the whole square minus Ea vector dot P vector minus Ea by m, okay, minus into minus plus E phi. So let us now simplify this. H becomes, so this is if you take first and third term, okay, so the common one is P vector minus Ea, that is common, dot, so m is also common, so I can take 1 by m, so remaining term is P vector minus Ea, okay, and the second term is simply minus 1 by 2 m, so P vector minus Ea okay, the whole square. So this is second term. The last term is E phi. So when you combine, so this is nothing but what? So these two term is simply p vector minus Ea the whole square. So it is there, it is here. So the only difference between first and second term is, so first term contains 1, second term contains half. So therefore if you subtract these two, so you will get p vector minus Ea the whole square by 2m, okay, plus E phi. So this is Hamiltonian. Now you can, if you expand this, if you multiply p vector minus Ea dot E p vector minus Ea, so you will get 1 by 2m. So the first term will become p vector square, so p vector dot p vector, and second term will be, actually there will be two terms, two Ea dot p, and another term is Ea vector dot p. Since A and P are commutative, that is dot product is commutative, so we can simplify this. 2 times Ea vector dot p, and 2 gets cancelled in the numerator and denominator. So E by m. So if you simplify this, please try by yourself. You will get A vector dot p, okay. Then you will get plus E square by 2m A vector square plus E phi, and this is the Hamiltonian for this system. And look at this option B. Here p square by 2m, it is there, and this term is present but the sign differs, and this is not present. So this is not present, okay, and this is present. So Hamiltonian of the particle is this one, so therefore this option is also incorrect. Calculate the gauge transformation, because third and fourth option discuss about that. So let us now do gauge transformation of the potentials. So now let us take what is meant by gauge transformation. So gauge transformation, okay. In electrodynamics we have seen that electric field E vector, which can be written as gradient of some scalar potential minus partial derivative of with respect to time of the vector potential, and the magnetic field, which can be written as curl of magnetic vector. This is a vector potential, okay. So this is electric field and this is magnetic field. Now this phi and A, that can be transformed to a new potential. Phi goes as phi prime, which is equal to phi minus partial by partial t of some lambda. Lambda is some function, any arbitrary function, which in general depends on position coordinate and time. Here it includes time, okay. So then this potential, that is vector potential, transform to the new vector potential, which I'm going to call A prime, which is equal to old vector potential minus, sorry, plus the gradient of the scalar, this function, this lambda, some function, arbitrary function, which is a function of r comma t. So look at this, there is a time derivative term here, there is a spatial derivative term here. So that is why lambda should be a function of r vector comma t. Now let us substitute in E and B. Once if you substitute in E and B, the equation of, so this electric field and magnetic field, E vector and B vector, they are invariant under this transformation of potential, and this transformation is therefore called gauge transformation, okay. Gauge means measure, therefore under this there is a invariance of electric field and magnetic field. Now let us calculate for the Lagrangian. We know that the Lagrangian is half m v vector square, and the second term is E A vector dot b vector minus E phi. Therefore, under the gauge transformation of the potentials, okay, so the Lagrangian now becomes E, the A vector goes as A prime dot V and phi goes as phi prime. Let us now substitute this 1 by 2 m V vector square plus E. So for A I am substituting A vector plus gradient of lambda dot V minus E. This becomes phi minus partial lambda by partial t. So therefore this becomes 1 by 2 mv square, okay, plus, so we can multiply this a vector dot v plus e gradient of lambda dot v vector minus e phi plus e partial lambda by partial t, okay. Now we can combine these things. So this term and this term gives you the old Lagrangian term, okay. So in the remaining term here and here, you can pull E outside, then you will get gradient of lambda dot V vector plus partial lambda by partial t, okay, that's it. So therefore this is L prime is equal to this, so which means L prime is equal to L plus some E times the total derivative of lambda with respect to time, okay. So therefore the option C is incorrect, so option D is correct because lambda is that function which depends on R and T. So under the gauge transformation of the potential, L changes by the total time derivative of a function of R and T. Thanks for watching this video.
Thank you for watching the video. If you liked the video, please press the like button. If you are interested in receiving information about new videos that are posted, click the subscribe button. If you have any comments or questions about the content discussed in the video, please leave them in the comments section below.